right? This one's been in high demand. I've had so many people ask me for this video, so here we go. We're going to talk about it today, right? And it's a good video. It's something that you really got to understand how to do, because it's such an important part of trading. If you are not journaling consistently, I mean, you're effing up. You're just effing up. Let's just put it like that. Like I've said it before, if you're not journaling, you're the liquidity. To be that blunt, like you're that 90% losing trader right now that's losing money because you're not reflecting. You're not actually making an effort, right? So if you can stick throughout this entire video, I'm going to give you a complete framework on how to journal efficiently and how you can start to make strides and progress, right? All right. So let's start off with some of my stuff from Friday, and I'll use that for an example. Now, in regards to journaling, though, because I know everybody has so many different ways that they do it, different platforms. I have recently, I'm not going to promote anything in this video for journaling, maybe later if somebody wants to use the new platform that I use. So recently, I've moved to a different platform for journaling, a digital platform. And I like it. It's nice because beforehand, what I was doing for journaling was I was just doing the old school pen and pad. And then I would take that information that I got from journal and pen and pad, and then I put it on Excel, which we're going to go over all that in this video. Very important, what I just said there. So, but what I'm going to do in this video, just because everybody has their own platforms that they use, I'm just going to do it on a Google Doc because it's still useful. Even it doesn't the platform you use really though. It doesn't really matter. It's what you do on it, like the steps. And it doesn't matter what platform you use. You can put this in whatever platform you use, okay? All right, let's go over some of the deals from Friday. We'll talk about that. Okay, so we'll talk about, for starters, EU. I had a couple really clean deals in London session on Friday. And this is from my Discord. And of course, if you want to join my Discord, there is a link to my free Discord in the video description where I plug all my stuff beforehand. You can consume my free educational material. And also, if you do want to join, which is, right here, the mentorship chat, I'm going to be opening that back up. 100 people, like always, come January. Okay. So if you want to join that chat as well, the mentorship chat, there is a link to the wait list in the video description. Just scroll through the video description. You'll see wait list. There'll be a link to that. So if you do want to join the mentorship full-time trading academy, you can put yourself on that wait list. And then next year we'll get you in, but 100 max as always. Now, EU, this is a 4-hour bear CC. As you can see, as I plugged right here beforehand, 1-to-1 targeting the low. Okay. And it had really good follow through. We had a really clean move on this thing. Here, if we pull it up real quick. So you see it came up right there. It took out these highs. And for the CC, of course, I was targeting, that low right there that I just plotted on there. Oh, my mistake. Not right there. My mistake right here. Low right there. So here's what you'll do. For starters, entry exit, right? So you got your sweep up here. And then you see, you guys know the confirmation if you've been following along with, I know there's a lot of people that watch this video that don't even know what candle confirmation is, and that is fine. I'm not really going to put too much focus on the strategy because I have a video on candle confirmation already. I'll leave a link to it in the video description for those that want to learn my personal model. So you can see right there is actually where it confirms into 312 a.m. All right, here's a sample of what you're going to be doing. You want to have, of course, the date, the pair, the direction, whether you went short, whether you went long, the strategy that you use, bear CC in this case, candle confirmation, entry, exit. And this is the most important part right here. This is the most important part of this video. And it's going to be observations. Okay. This is where really, because I think most people watching this, they kind of are I think most people is already kind of doing something like this, whether your entry, your exit, what you traded, etc. I think that's basic, but this is where this is the bread and butter right here where you're going to really make progress, and it's in your observations. And this is how I make tweaks. This is how I adapt. This is how I stay on top of my game, is by doing this right here. Observations with EU, because this was a really clean deal, really good follow through. The observations that I made on EU from Friday are, okay, sure, it's a bear CC, but specifically what happens here, why did it have such smooth follow through? There's a few things to note about this. It also was coming off of higher time frame buy side. And you notice how there was no higher time frame sell side taken in there. You see, because I'm already giving you the rules with the updated rules with CC. And that was, by the way, that's based on what I'm doing right here. That's how I come to that conclusion. What are the updated rules that I've given you? You need to see for a 4-hour deal. Actually, I didn't really I touched on the last candle confirmation video. I more talked about the 1-hour CC deals. But if you check the comments, you'll see I gave the rules for the 4-hour too, which are basically the same thing, just you go up a time frame. So the 4-hour, you want to see what? You want to see a 1-hour premium. You want to see 1-hour buy side liquidity taken. You see, and then of course strong close, all that good stuff. So it's just up one time frame. But here's some observations that I made about this. This thing came up recently. We took out higher time frame buy side, no higher time frame sell side. I noticed. So this is the observation. Look, I know the EU is coming off higher time frame sell side liquidity. Oh, my mistake. Buy side liquidity, not sell side liquidity. And there was no higher time frame sell side liquidity whatsoever. I had all my criteria met. It came up into a 1-hour premium and had 1-hour buy side liquidity. All the rules that I've already given you for the 4-hour. And so like we had all that criteria met, but I also noticed it did not have any higher time frame sell side liquidity taken and was coming off higher time frame buy side liquidity. Okay. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna do this with every single trade that you take. And I'm gonna kind of show you, because the observation that I made on Friday is very important here. Because I had a good follow through in London, but I had like adaption rule and all that stuff come into play in New York session, because New York session I didn't have quite as good follow through. But I made some observations with this. I noticed something that was different from the winning trades and the losing trades, or the trades that didn't fall through. I made an observation. I noticed something that was different. You see what I mean? And it's a pretty basic, it's not anything complicated. Like I kind of already saw this off the jump happening. So I already wasn't as big of a fan as the New York deals as it was London. London looked way better because I kind of was already aware of this, but making this observation, I'm going to show you, this is very important. What I'm about to do is very, very important. I'm going to show you how to take this, and then you're going to track it. And this is how you're going to really make tweaks and how to really, make your system the best that it can be. Now, here's what I was talking about. EU. This is at 10:13. This one didn't fall through quite so well. 1-hour bear CC about to confirm, drawn to the lows, right? And actually, in fact, we had a bullish CC happen right after that, and that one did fall through. And that gives us even more information to work off of. All right, this is very important. So like I said, I already wasn't as big of a fan of this one as what we had up there. But here was the strong close that I had into 8 o'clock. I mean, it has my criteria. There's still no higher time frame sell side, by the way. There still isn't any. You got the imbalance in their support, but no higher time frame sell side. I got the strong close right there. Okay, it puts in the swing point. That's fine. As long as I don't get a strong close higher, it's fine. Look what happens right here. Price comes up, and that was after 10 o'clock. It came up, and what it did was, so this is a 1-hour deal. So you guys know the deal with the 1 hour. I want to see a 15-minute premium. I want to see 15-minute buy side taken, and it didn't meet that criteria. Like it came up there after having a strong close. You see that right there? Look at my cursor. There's 15-minute buy side. Okay. And then you can see it was coming up into a premium. It was coming up into an expensive marketplace at that time. So it does all of that. And then I get my confirmation. So with the rules that I've given you, it matches the criteria. Okay. Now, so it gets the displacement, all that stuff. But then you can see clearly it doesn't have any fall through. And then until 11 o'clock, it's still holding up. The trend's still holding up in there. So you'll do like that same exact process with like the date, the pair, the direction, the strategy, the entry, and the exit. I don't want to spend too much time talking about like that because it's pretty basic. I think everybody's already doing that. But you still want to do that with every single trade and have that listed. But the really important part here that I want to talk about, that I want to spend more time on, is the observation and how to take these observations and to put it into your data to do data collection. Okay, that's my main focus here. That is the important thing that I want to really drive across with this video. Okay, so let's just say, okay, we got observations. We had all that up there. EU. All right, so this is very important. So look, take a look at this. It met all my criteria, right? You had the 15-minute premium, you had the 15-minute buy side liquidity, you had the displacement. But something I noticed is we were coming off of 1 hour sell side liquidity, and there was no 1 hour buy side liquidity taken. And I noticed that this differed from my London CC deals that I had, because those deals were coming off of higher time frame buy side liquidity and higher time frame sell side liquidity, because I had another London deal that had really good follow through, and it was the same way, which I'll pull it up here in a moment. And it had very little resistance support. There was no higher time frame level. EU differed here. So let's expand on that. So here's what I mean. This was a bear CC deal to the downside that I had in New York. But what I noticed was, because liquidity is everything, remember? Liquidity is everything. And it had 1 hour sell side taken right there, as you can see. And I had the bear CC And yeah, it didn't have any higher time frame sell side as I've already mentioned, but just notice that, like, you're coming off 1 hour sell side, you're into New York session. There's no 1 hour opposing buy side being taken in there. Notice that. So yeah, 15-minute premium, 15-minute buy side, all that good stuff, right? It's been bearish so far. So I'm basically looking for a continuation on that. But at the same time here, you have that. Another thing is, another observation that you can make is, look, low to high. Discount. You see that? It's a discount too. It's another thing. So you can put that in your observation too. Like, oh, it was also in a discount marketplace. But here's what I'll do is, to show you what I meant by that other deal that I had. I had a similar deal on USD CAD, similar to that of EU, but the opposite direction. It was cut off of higher time frame sell side. I had that strong close. You see that right there? But you notice, like, the difference with these is that this doesn't have any like opposing buy side or anything. For example, like we just saw a second ago how, the EU, bearish CC, it was coming off of 1 hour sell side though. It didn't have any 1 hour opposing buy side. So you see how that's kind of like the opposite here. We have higher time from sell side. There's no higher time from opposing buy side that is coming up into, and then it still has all my criteria. And then that's where we get the good follow through. Like, we have the 1 hour sell side, we have the discount marketplace, and it has good follow through as a result. So notice, make that observation about, okay, all of these in London had beautiful follow through, really good follow through, very little chopping either, and went like right up. But New York, I had a few different deals in New York where it was just the follow through wasn't there, and I'm talking about every single one of them had that signature. Every single one of them. That's something that you look into. That's something that you study. That's something that you track. Okay. And again, like, I saw that right off the jump. It's not something that I was really completely ignorant of. Like, I already saw that. Like, okay, this definitely isn't quite as good looking as the London deals because of the liquidity, but is this something that I have like extensively like tracked though? No, and that's where my journaling comes into play. And now guess what? What you just saw is something that I'm going to be looking more into now. I'm going to be tracking that even more now going forward. And then I'm going to put that into my data, which is what I'm about to show you now. Just, random like this 1 hour bear CC deals coming off 1 hour sales liquidity with no 1 hour buy. So what we just saw right there, just that exact setup. You'll do something like this: month, wins, losses, R made, R loss. And then you're going to track that exact setup, like with that exact criteria that I just talked about. And then, so that was a loss. But then you want to include this in here as well, because of course I have adaptation rule and stuff. So you're not always going to take like a full loss, right? Because, I have a lot of losses. A lot of my losses, they're not full losses. Like, they end up being tiny losses because of an adaptation rule. So whatever that ends up being, that's what you're going to put in there. And you're going to do this. You're going to do this with every single deal going forward that matches that criteria. You see what I mean? And what it's going to do is, at the end of it, you're going to have the data in front of you, and you're going to be able to see, hey, is this something that I need to just kick out completely? Is this a particular setup that I need to just ditch out of my system completely and only focus on what I was just previously talking about, right? Having it match with, the opposing liquidity that is the same or greater, right? So for example, like I noticed a second ago that you see a little bit later, you got like that strong close to the upside on the 1 hour. But what's the difference you notice there? What's the difference that you know there? Like, we already talked about that it came down to a discount too, which by the way is something else that you can track in there for a different tab. Like you could like, for example, track that in, like, because I like to keep mine organized. I like to have like their own sections, etc. But you could do something like this. Strong close right there. You see that? Look, you notice how that's coming off 1 hour sell side though. You see how that differs from this? Yeah, like, sure, no higher time frame sell side, but it did come down to a discount. And now we got this strong close to the upside right here off of 1 hour sell side. And you notice how there's no 1 hour buy side being taken? You notice that? That's also my kill zone. Like, that's also my trading time. That's at 11 o'clock, but still the setup is there. Look, what does it do? You know that's your target. Look, does that come down to a discount? Does that take out 15-minute sell side? Look right here, folks. You see that right there? 15-minute sell side. Oh, look at this too. We got a discount marketplace. And you notice how that doesn't have any 1 hour buy side taken? The prior had 1 hour sell side, so it had difficulties, right? Because that sell side, that 1 hour sell side is greater than, what was taken up here. Okay. Had the 15-minute premium. Okay, it had the 15-minute buy side. And sure, like it didn't have any higher time frame sell side, which is something else that I did like about it, but it did have the discount. And now we have this thing curling up off of 1 hour sell side with no 1 hour opposing buy side. These are the observations that you need to make. And then you track that, and then that gives you, that's how you're able to make tweaks, and that's how you're able to stay on top of your game. Okay. And then you see what happens here. Look, fair value gap, strong close. That's a confirmed CC deal. Outside my kill zone, but it is confirmed CC. Look, beautiful fall through. And that is, so like with all the deals that had good fall through on Friday, they all had the same signatures. And that is the lesson that you take from it. And those are the observations that you make. And then going forward, as I just mentioned, that's what you're going to track. Your wins, your losses, R made, R loss. And you can do that with your winning deals too, of course. And you can really like get a clear picture of what you need to be doing, what direction you need to go in. Okay. And that's how I do it, folks. That's how I do it. And if you do want like a little bit more videos on journaling in the future, like with my, new platform that I'm using, you can leave a comment below that I want more videos on this topic or something of that sort. And I can make more videos, of course. But that's how you're going to do it. Okay. Just, take whatever journal platform you use, whether it be pen and pad on paper, which is what I used to do for the longest time, just pen and pad on paper. And then I would take it over here, whatever journaling platform, then take that data, and then you can track that data, whether, Google Excel, for example, have a Google Excel. And then day in, day out, you'll have this data to go off of that you can, that will literally tell you what direction to go in with your trading. It will tell you what to do. Every single day, you make those observations. Go in, and what you do is we look at the winners, look at the losses. And I know some of y'all might only have like one trade a day, right? You're still going to do that. You're still going to make observations on it. And then at the end of the week too, you can do the same thing at the end of the week. Go through the week and then look at all your trades throughout the week and like look for these similarities and look for what similarities do my losing trades have in common? What similarities do my winning trades have in common? And go through there and really study, really look at the similarities and differences. And then if you notice a pattern, which is the pattern, I noticed a pattern on Friday. And it might not amount to much, but still you want to track it and see, because you don't know. It might not. Because I get that it's like one day, it's Friday, right? But still, and if I see something like that, I see it overwhelmingly on a day that, okay, all these losses or all the ones that had bad fall through, they all have that same signature, and all the ones that win, they have that signature. You want to track it. Okay. And you're just going to keep doing that. You're going to repeat that process, keep doing that week in, week out, month in, month out. And then that's how you really start to develop, just an amazing system, an amazing strategy. You're not changing strategies when you do this. You're just making it better. You're staying on top of your game. And that's how you do it. Okay. And again, if you do want to join my free Discord chat, where I plug all my stuff real time, except, have tons of free educational material, there'll be a link to that in the video description. Hope y'all enjoy. Get a mitzvah. I'll see you later.